Welcome to The Plus Ones, a podcast serving wedding advice and hot takes from the Blue Ridge to the upstate. I'm Taylor, your co-host, and I share this platform with my good friend and wedding planner, Kat. We're seasoned wedding plus ones who aren't afraid to say the quiet parts out loud. So whether you're newly engaged or knee-deep in vendor quotes, we're here to help you make sense of the madness. Let's get started.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to The Plus Ones. I have a cold. Actually, I have the flu.
Change your mind on that one?
Well, it's actually the flu, but same thing. I guess. But I feel like I'm breathing really heavy and I sound funny, so I apologize to everyone listening to this. And also, I just feel like I'm like down in the dumps.
That's okay. We all get dumpy sometimes.
I just feel so bad.
What was it, a couple weeks ago that we couldn't record because I lost my voice?
Yeah.
Like, don't feel bad.
But I am happy to be here, and I am dying to talk about what we're talking about today. I had the craziest experience ever over the weekend.
I can't wait to hear all about it because it does involve a planner and a venue that is a little bit controversial. So I can't wait to dive in. Why don't you just walk me through your entire day?
Okay. So I'm going to tell the listeners we're talking about basically wedding vendor expectations today, and overall just giving a shit about your job. Just give a shit about your job. That's all.
Just show up.
Just show up and do your job. Okay. And we're going to get into that. But let me start by telling this story. So we had a wedding this past weekend, and absolutely gorgeous wedding, amazing clients, stunning. And the photos, you would never be able to tell that there was any issues. But I know you guys hear me talk about this all the time, but when I don't work with Kat, when I don't work a Kat Carter wedding, I have regrets. I have terrible regrets. And this was not a Kat Carter wedding. First of all, the first red flag was when I was tagged in a story on Instagram that morning, and it was by the venue, and the venue tagged the list of vendors, and I saw that there was a planner, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know there was a planner. I had not heard from this person. I had not received an email, received a confirmation time, like no timeline, nothing from this person at all. I did not know a planner was on this wedding. And I told Patrick on the way there, I'm like, this is weird. Like, I always hear from planners before, like we always check in and, double check timelines, do all the things. So it was odd. And I was like, maybe it was like a last minute thing. Turns out it wasn't a last minute thing. This person was always on this wedding. And what's crazy, just to jump to the end of the wedding, at the sparkler exit, I was like, yeah, like, how are we on time or whatever? I was talking to the planner. She turned the phone around and it's my timeline.
What?
Yes. She has
working off of your timeline?
sent that timeline. I don't know how she got it.
How did she get it?
I'm assuming the bride. That's the only person I sent it to.
What? And for anybody that in the background that doesn't know, when you're a planner, you are combining other vendors' timelines. You are inputting their arrival time. You're inputting, I don't know, like what other stuff you have on there. Just stuff that, kind of is all encompassing. That is very unusual and very odd that she would be functioning off the photographer's timeline, because it's not, but it doesn't include everything that you need.
I agree. Like, that timeline is for me. And for me as a vendor, not for the other vendors. Like, I thought that was so odd when she flipped it around. I was like, wait a minute. And then like, it was quick, but I was like, what's going on here? Like, I have been punked. This wedding has been just crazy. And so that was a huge red flag. I was like, immediately, this is weird that I hadn't heard from the planner, and it's the morning of the wedding. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I show up and things are like normal. It was pouring the rain. And when I pulled in, every chair was out in the pouring rain. So the ceremony was set up and all the chairs were out in the pouring rain. So that's another red flag. I was like, I mean, I guess you just let them get rained on. I don't know. But it seemed, I don't know.
Okay, I
So
will say that if I didn't know it was going to rain, I usually make sure that the rental team sets them up the day before so that we don't have to. And it's much easier to just like
yeah.
wipe off rain. But I understand what you're putting at.
Yeah. Well, this is like less than an hour before the ceremony. You still feel like
Oh, wow. Okay. So you were not, what time did you show up to the wedding?
just like an hour before. The coverage was kind of funky. I wasn't there all day. I was there for 1 hour pre-ceremony coverage and then ceremony or some reception. So it was kind of short day. I was like 5 hours, I think.
Oh, that's so strange. Okay.
But that was like not my problem. I was like, okay, see ya. So
Right.
going to do my job, pull in. Everything's going great. They're running behind, which at this point is typical for me. No matter how I stress, no matter how many times I stress and how seriously I stress it, nobody listens to being on time.
And it sounds like I mean, just starting out, if the wedding planner doesn't communicate with you, what were you expecting? Just show up to a wedding that was fully functioning and running on time?
I mean, I do a lot of weddings that don't have planners. I think I've told you that. And most of the time, I'm doing the timeline. I'm the one who's like, we have to do this and this and this and this and this and communicating with the DJ. It's horrible. It's horrible. And this is why I'm always stressing, like, please hire a wedding planner. And I think it's definitely coming in the future that I'm going to require it before they even book with me because of days like this. And this person had a planner, but in some ways it was like they may as well not have one.
You might also want to put like stipulations in it. Like, yeah, you need a wedding planner, but they need to be in communication with me a month beforehand or something. Or you need to provide their contact information once you've hired them. Just
Yeah.
you know, so they're not hiring somebody like this that you're basically having to do everything anyways.
Well, I went back and looked at the vendors list, and this planner wasn't on the vendors list.
Oh,
Yeah. It was on the list that the venue posted because she's like the in-house planner.
oh, so like the bride didn't really even hire them necessarily. They were
Yeah, I think they were just part of the wedding. I think. I don't know because I don't know a lot about the situation because I didn't even know there was one until the day I showed up. But
all of this is very weird. Please keep going.
it is weird. I'm like, Cattie's gonna die when I tell this story. And so I go to shoot the getting ready, the details, all those were strapped for time, but that's normal. Like I'm used to working in those conditions. So I do that. I feel like I'm breathing so heavy. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't breathe out my nose. I can't breathe out my nose.
You sound great.
So then we go to shoot reception details, like those 15 minutes before the ceremony. And I walk in and there's like a table there with no linen. It's just a plastic table. So everything is
ceremony.
No, 15 minutes.
15 minutes before the ceremony.
Yeah.
Reception isn't set up. Cool.
15 minutes. There is no linen, nothing on the table. I'm like, I have to do room shots. What's going on here? And she's like, oh, we were short of linen, so we're waiting. They said it won't be here till 5. The ceremony starts at 5. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to shoot around it. Then I move over to the cake table. The cupcakes are still in plastic boxes, stacked up on the cake table.
Oh my God.
This was during the ceremony because I actually have a photo on my phone. I mean, on my phone, my camera of you can see that cake table behind the ceremony spot and you can see the plastic cupcake.
No.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. I shoot around them. I'm like, I'll just do this later because I can only do what I can do.
Right.
Like that is at the end of the day, that's something that I had to learn was like, you can't be realistic, girl. There's nothing you can do about these cupcakes in these, like it's 5 minutes at this point before the ceremony. There's nothing I can do. So 5 minutes to go, we go down to the ceremony spot and the biggest disaster of the day was the ceremony space. I hadn't even noticed it. I was just chatting it up with like the content creator and the videographer comes over and he's like, hey, like, what are we going to do about this aisle? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, look at the aisle. And I was like, oh my gourd. This aisle is completely off-centered and it's like curved on one side. The chairs are curved in the middle of the aisle, and the aisle is completely off center from the ceremony spot, which had been like nailed down into the grass. So like moving it wasn't an
Oh.
option.
So
Yeah.
you couldn't move the arch.
No, and the chairs were as far over as they could go on the right side. So the only option was to move the chairs on the left side. So then I call the planner. I literally call her. I'm like, I have so-and-so's number. I'm going to call her. I'm like, hey, these chairs look bad. Like this ceremony cannot happen like this. She's like, oh, really? Okay, go up and tell so-and-so. She had one girl working with her that to fix them, that she needs to fix them. So the videographer and I go up to the venue. We're like, hey, you need to fix this. The girl goes, it's time for the ceremony. I don't know what you want me to do.
Were guests sitting?
A few, yeah.
Okay, a few, yeah, they can get up and help. I also want to understand why the planner wasn't like, okay, I'll connect with my assistant and have her do it. I don't understand why you.
I have no idea. I have no idea where she was. I have no idea what was happening. The videographer and I look at each other. We're like, we're just going to fix it. We're going to fix it. So we go down there. We're like, hey, do you guys mind getting up? There was only like maybe 5 people sitting at this time. Everybody was kind of, there's like a cocktail hour beside the ceremony. So people were kind of cocktailing right beside before they sat down for the actual ceremony. And we're like, hey, can you get up? We're moving these chairs. Everybody helped. Both videographers, the content creator, and myself were trying to fix the aisle. And because we were so short, like it was literally go time. We were so short on time. It wasn't perfect. In the photos, I don't think the bride will even notice, but if you brought it up, it would be obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
It was just.
And again, list of things that are not any of your guys' job.
No, it was not my job. And like, that's the thing about all of this. That's the whole reason I wanted to talk about this, was because I don't really think this bride made no mistakes by hiring, if she hired this person. You know what I'm saying? Like she put trust into this person to take care of her wedding day, and this person let her down. And the bride probably will never even know this happened because we fixed it and we worked around it all day. But as a vendor, it made my job 10 times harder. And that is not fair.
It's not fair. And I'm so happy that I get to work with vendors like you that are willing to do what needs to be done to make sure that their wedding day is as good as it can be. But it is frustrating knowing that it was preventable and that you yourself, not only bride, but you were trusting this planner to execute the wedding day. And this seems like something, I mean, the planner was there when you got there an hour before the ceremony, right?
Yeah.
So that planner would have seen those chairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Assuming the planner set the chairs up, Kat.
Oh my God.
Who else would have done that? There was nobody on site for the venue.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why would the planner have set up the chairs?
Who normally sets the chairs up?
Like the venue or the rental company?
I'm assuming they didn't have a rental company. I'm assuming everything was through the venue.
Really?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't the venue have set them up? That seems like it should be part of like.
Whoever did not do their job correctly. It doesn't matter who did it.
Right.
It's just the fact that it wasn't done correctly, and they half-assed it, and they didn't care enough to think about the outcome of the photos and the outcome. Like if that had been left that way, she would have had to literally walk down the aisle like crooked. She would have noticed. It would have been extremely obvious. I was like, we cannot let this happen. I felt I couldn't let it happen in good conscience. I couldn't. I was like, we cannot just not do anything about it.
And think about how simple this is.
I know.
You don't have to have an advanced degree to set up chairs evenly.
No, you don't. You don't. This was not just uneven. It was horribly wrong. It was
like somebody, maybe not even the planner, is just really lacking in attention to detail and should take a break from doing weddings before they ever try and execute another one. I
know that the planner was involved in that ceremony side because the flowers were up there and the podium was up there, and I know there was nobody on site for the venue. So I know that the planner saw it. They said the cocktail hour was directly beside it, and they set up cocktail tables.
This is so weird.
It was a very weird experience. But I don't think the bride had any idea, thankfully. And none of this would ever happen if I were at a wedding with you. And I think I'm just, no, probably not. It wouldn't. And if I called you and I was like, Kat, why are the cupcakes still in the plastic bins? You'd be like, oh my God. And then you go and do it. You would go and you would do it. It would be done. I don't care if it was like,
That's so accurate.
I would just like, all I would have to say is, hey, I would call you and I would be, and I was expecting her to have the same response. I'm like, hey, the chair, Kat, you'll never believe this. The chairs are crooked in here. You would be like, oh my God, I'm on the way. And we would have it done and fixed in 30 seconds and success.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. It was also the response that I got that was like, what do you want me to do about it?
That's insane. I still can't get over that attitude.
I'm like, your job. That would, for starters, just your job. Just do your job. I'm going to do mine and you do yours.
And what were these, like, at random points in time, what were the planner and the assistant doing? Were they doing something productive, or were they sitting and like smoking a cigarette?
No, the planner was, I don't know where she was. Don't know. She was driving around on like a go-kart, not a go-kart. Oh, a golf cart. But the assistant was just sitting there. This was before the reception. She was sitting down. And like, this was when the cupcakes needed to be put out. The linens were on them, and the chairs were still messed up. At this point, she was sitting. Yeah.
And you can say, wow, that's a really unambitious wedding planner's assistant. But it also comes down to like delegating. I don't understand.
I don't understand either, because what were we talking about the other day when we were like, why do you not want to be the best at your job?
Yeah.
Because we talk about this a lot. Like, it's crazy to Kat and I that we see so many vendors around.
And just not giving what needs to be done. And this is a really cutthroat industry, because if you're not good at your job and if you're not putting forth the effort to connect with clients, you won't make it. So it's really surprising to me that people that continue to have a really bad reputation continue to get hired by clients.
Yeah, to me, it's wild, because I cannot believe that there is a world that we live in where people don't want to serve their clients to their fullest ability. Like, I want to go out there and I want to do the best job I can do and give my clients everything I have to give them. And I do that every time for every client, despite what kind of wedding it is, despite how much they paid me. I go out there and I give it my all. And I see vendors all the time just half-assing it. They get their check and then they just do a halfway job, and that's good enough for them. And that is not good enough for me.
Do you almost think that some of these people, and like, I know from personal experience, I can never work like another corporate job again. And it just makes me think maybe there's a reason why some of these people aren't working a corporate job, where they had to start their own business, why they have to work independently. And maybe it's because of these things, like their lack of attention to detail and their tardiness and, their lack of delegation skills.
Yeah.
Maybe they shouldn't be, obviously, in the wedding industry, but maybe they should just like take a break and do one of those aptitude tests and see what happens.
I don't know, but it like fires me up. On Monday, I was like fired up. I was so upset about it. I'm like, I cannot believe that I still see this all the time.
I almost find it insulting.
It's insulting. It's insulting to me, and it's more insulting to my clients.
Yeah.
I love my clients, and it makes me so mad to know that somebody is taking advantage of them and they don't even see it.
And this planner, the specific planner that you're referring to, she's been in the industry for quite a few years, right?
Yes. This wasn't her. It was her but it was like somebody she hired to be there.
Oh, so she
Yeah.
wasn't on site.
She was not. Mm-mm.
So there's another issue is the lack of delegation with the lead coordinator and definitely lack of attention when she's hiring people.
Yeah. So she hired 2 people to be there.
Wow.
And she had this fancy name tag. And I'm like, oh, cool name tag. Just made me mad. I wanted to rip it off. I don't know. Stupid name tag.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I don't even know where to go from here just because I'm so angry right now. I'm angry that you had to go through that. I'm angry for the vendors that were on the receiving end of this very poorly planned wedding. And I'm angry specifically for the client that vendors can go out there and think that they can serve clients at any level. It doesn't matter if you're back in the woods down by the creek, if you're getting married down, in a van by the river. Okay. You should still show up and do your absolute best and try everything to make that wedding day beautiful.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're the scammer that we mentioned on last week's episode that I blocked the number. You don't need a coordinator. I think you just need therapy.
We talked about also how some people have mixed opinions on associate photographers. And I think this is similar. Like, I think this experience is why people are unsure about associate businesses.
Yeah.
Because this was an associate business. She hired an associate to do this wedding, and this associate flopped.
And see, I work with a few select lead coordinators that I trust wholly to execute my wedding days because I've seen them work. They've seen me work. They obviously have all the information ahead of time. And I know that specifically my main lead coordinator, Erin Exline, who is an incredible person, she shows up with that timeline printed. It's in a binder and she's got notes. She knows that back and forth. And that is somebody that I trust wholly. I know that if God forbid something ever happens to me and I'm responsible for being the lead coordinator on a wedding day, she would be my first call. Like, hey, are you available? And I can guarantee you that if she didn't have another wedding, she would drive all the way down from Winston-Salem to come save the day. And those are the types of people that I choose to work with.
Yeah.
Because they have tenacity and they genuinely want what's best for whoever it is wedding day.
Yeah.
Those are my types of people.
I cannot be friends or associated with somebody who doesn't take their job seriously. I'm sorry. Ugh.
And it almost makes me think, like, do we take this too seriously?
In my mind, I was just thinking that. I'm like, wait, am I
crazy here?
I don't think so. I don't think you can take your job too seriously. I don't think you can do your job too well.
I think you can be a checkout person at CVS and still absolutely crush it.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Just do it with your heart. Do it to your fullest extent, especially a business like this, because it's not just a checkout cashier at CVS. You built this business. You are serving, this is a creative industry and you're serving people. This is a service-based industry. You're promising them that you're going to show up for them and you're going to do your best. You need to stand by your word.
And that's why I love this industry so much, because it does stem from a lot of my core values just in hospitality. I freaking love hospitality. I love about guest experience. I love thinking about textures and what the people are seeing and smelling and feeling, and how you can evoke an entire vibe on a few key elements that are really representative of the couple. I love it. And it's sad when I do meet people in the industry that don't have that same passion. It might not be for like the hospitality part of it, but for the service part of it, or for, the fame and the glory that comes with being in this industry.
Yeah. Or if I can clock people so well. And I'm like, if I get the vibe from you that I feel like you're just in this for the money and you're not truly in it to serve clients and you don't love your job and it's all just a money-making scheme to you, I'm not your person.
And like, what money?
Yeah.
Go and get, like, literally Chick-fil-A workers make more than us at some points.
I mean, don't like, yeah, I'm not. Why are you here?
Why are you here? You have to put in so much time and energy and work and money, hard money, to have a successful business. And it takes time. Whereas you can go and work anywhere else and do a half-assed job and still be okay and get a consistent paycheck. I'm just saying that you have to be so solid in what you want and so aggressive in how to get it.
Yeah.
That this is not the industry to f around.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, and maybe because that person was hired to do this job and it wasn't her business, she didn't care enough about it.
That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry.
I'm not perfect. I just want to say that I'm not perfect, but I can promise you one thing. I will do my best and I will give you everything I have, no matter what. And there's never a time that I'm not going to do that. Seriously. I
See,
make mistakes.
I think-
I'm a human, but at the end of the day,
that's why I think you are perfect, because you are willing to accept responsibility. You are willing to say, hey, I have a cold today. Or honestly, I can't even think of another time that you've f***ed up around me. But I really think that you are the perfect definition of a really, really great photographer.
Thank you. That was sweet.
I'm trying to be, but I'm just saying, don't put yourself in the same category as these other people that don't give a f.
I know. I'm just like so fired on this. I'm like, who's going to listen to this? I don't know. Maybe it'll fall into the wrong hands. That's fine. But if you can like tell me that you hear this and you know it's about you and you can still defend what you did and how you treat your clients, like, yeah, we want to hear it.
Come on here and defend your work. Tell us about the circumstances. Tell us about why this happened. And
I'd love to hear it. Yeah. We'll bleep out your name. We'll bleep out your voice. We'll put you behind a.
we'll just like we were talking in last week's episode, we'll do the whole in shadow thing, like from Dateline with a fake mustache. Like, come on here and defend your work.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be real. I think we should start introducing guests to the podcast.
I know we need to. Betsy wants to be on here so bad. She's reached out like 3 times.
We need to work on scheduling then.
We need to. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
I asked my dad for feedback.
Oh gosh. Oh no. I'm nervous.
He said no vaping during the podcast, but I've definitely already done that during this recording.
Yeah, I noticed that last one. And it was funny because like a few episodes back, you were like, I'm never vaping on camera again. And then you just forget every time. Like 50 first dates.
Listen, I have a problem. Okay.
It's funny that you're like, I gotta go hit my inhaler, but yet you vape.
So, those are so different though. The asthma and the inhaler is because of my allergies.
Yeah, but it cannot be good for you. It's for your
I
lungs.
never said it was. I never said it was. The biggest, so there's a couple of young girls at the bar that are like, in middle school or whatever. And I'm like, God, this doesn't sound terrible. But I'm like, try all the drugs, just no needles and no nicotine.
I know. I was just talking to my mom about this and I was like, teenagers who don't get a chance to teenage have long-term effects, I think.
My mom, and like, I know that my mom isn't perfect, but she really did try her damnedest.
My mom is perfect.
That's sweet.
And I'm name dropping her in this episode. Her name is Mom.
Mom! Love you, Mom.
She's the best.
My mom was a very big proponent on letting kids be kids. And
yeah,
she also knew that if I didn't go and expose myself, and not like expose myself like naked, but go and expose myself to outside, then when I went to college, I was going to be a complete spaz.
You got to do it. It's part of it.
And Dustin was he was very much a goody two shoes growing up.
Patrick too.
It's so crazy to me that like there were boys that were not out there rebelling. Almost
Patrick was the exact same way.
Isn't that crazy?
It's insane. I'm like, how did we connect here? I don't know.
And I definitely didn't make good choices when I was growing up, but it's better than, going out and rebelling so hard when you hit to college. And then like, what do you know? You can't handle your alcohol and you end up with your stomach pumped.
Oh God. This is now a parenting podcast. It's a little bit, should I put that also on Spotify?
Yeah.
Our categories, we have like 10 categories at this point. True crime, so society, relationships, parenting, all the things.
All the things.
Okay, let's move on. Well, another bullet point we wanted to talk about was how many of the disaster stories we see online and TikTok and things like that.
Yeah.
Did you see the most recent one on TikTok about the bridal shop?
No. Where
Well,
at?
it's called Bridal, which I'll bleep that out, but it's on TikTok. I thought I sent it to you. Do you check your TikTok anymore? I send you videos on there.
No, I don't look at my TikTok inbox.
Oh, I send you stuff to watch that's relevant to the podcast.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll start doing that.
There is this bridal shop that basically didn't give a shit about their job. They sent this girl the wrong dress once, sent her the wrong dress twice,
What?
and then like gave her a really hard time about getting it fixed. It's like 2 weeks before this girl's wedding. She doesn't have a wedding dress, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's this whole story. But then the owner comes on here crying in front of the camera and like, I'm so sorry, like I'm pregnant. But she was like, my mental health. And I get your mental health, but stop making promises to these clients that you can't keep.
Exactly. And
don't make the promises.
That's another really, really hard thing about this industry is you're making promises when they sign that contract, and that promise, it might be a year or two from now.
Yeah.
You don't know what the future is going to hold.
No, but like, even in the worst of it, I think I would be able to do the best thing for my client that I could do. And this story is crazy. It's a bridal, just type in like bridal shop TikTok scam or whatever, and you'll find it. I'll send it to you. But I was just like, this is so, and what frustrates me the most is that the comments are like, the wedding industry is a scam. It's just a bunch of like overpriced scammers. And that is not true.
God, I hope it's not.
It's not. I love what I do and I love my job, and I am not an overpriced scammer. And because these stories go viral on TikTok, now everybody has a bad taste in their mouth about the wedding industry. And I happen to know so many vendors who would love you and take care of you and treat you right and make sure your wedding day is a complete success. I know way more people who would do that than scam you.
Oh, 100%. We also run in very tight circles with that upper echelon. It's very rare that we encounter these vendors that don't really do their job well because we're not working within that realm. At least I'm not.
No, I mean, sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. Most of the time I have really good experiences, and it's rare that I have an experience like I had last weekend, honestly. It really is.
Why it is so shocking to us.
Yeah, I'm upset about it. It upsets me. I don't know. I take it serious. I know maybe I sound like a bully vendor on here, like talking about this, but it's like the thing we're talking about with the true crime. Like, we are interested in it because you don't understand it.
Yeah.
And that's similar here. Is like, I cannot understand it, and I cannot put myself in this person's shoes or any of these people's shoes. Like the scammer episodes we talk about, like I could never.
And I'm immediately thinking of what I would do if I ever found myself in this unfortunate situation.
Gosh.
I would instantly know what right and wrong was.
Yeah.
And I would instantly know how to serve my clients better. And that would be, sorry, my dad is now texting me. I'm now thinking about all of the procedures that I would go through to make sure that this never happened. Because let's say that, I owned a bridal dress shop and I accidentally sent the wrong dress. I don't even know how that happens, to be quite honest. We'll have Mary Grace enlighten us with that.
Yeah.
But it's, how does it even get to that point? I'm just having a hard time understanding it. And I know that if I was responsible for accidentally sending that dress, I would make sure damn well that never happened again.
Yeah.
It would never get to the point where a second dress was a mistake.
Yeah. And that's what also I'd seen several, I'm on like this side of TikTok. So I've seen several videos about this, and people, because I just want to make it clear, people can make mistakes. You can make mistakes. Like, we are human beings. We make mistakes. And but this was not a first offense.
Yeah.
The comments are like, I went here, horrible experience, never got my dress, terrible, no good, nothing, like dozens of comments, one after another, like, oh my God, my sister went here, ruined her wedding, like all this. Like this was not a one-time experience. People make mistakes. And we live in an era of cancel culture on the internet. So like people really aren't even able to make mistakes this day and age without getting canceled, essentially. So I totally get it. And if this happened to me, like we had talked about this with a photographer in the past who was being canceled online. Like if this happened to me one time and I had one client that was online talking about me like this, like you won't see it happen again. You won't see dozens and dozens of comments agreeing because this is a one-time offense, I'm telling you. But when I like see these things happen and there's like 30, 40, 50 comments of people saying, oh my God, this same thing happened to me. This bridal shop did me dirty. This bridal shop stole from me. Like, how do you sleep at night?
And you know what I really try and tell myself, because this is like a huge fear, is like, holy crap, like if it can happen to somebody, it can definitely happen to me.
Yeah.
If somebody goes and cancels me on Facebook or online or whatever, I have to tell myself, I know that my quality of work is representative throughout my clients. And I have over 3 dozen clients that will be in that comment section immediately backing me up.
Yeah.
I've got vendors, I've got friends, I've got my mom, people in that section that will be responding to every comment.
Yes. I feel the same way. Yeah.
With proof, with evidence. And that's what is just so scary about this is like, where are your good clients? Where are your people that had a positive experience?
Where I'm sure, and I told my mom this too. I'm like, she's trying to find a doctor right now for a specific surgery. And she's like, well, I see these doctors that have bad reviews. I'm like, people, a lot of the times, they go and they leave a review for a negative experience more so than they do for a positive experience.
Oh, 100%.
So I get it. Like, I get that I'm seeing these people say negative things, but I can't imagine that being my business. How do you let it get so deep in a hole that now there are hundreds of people who your weddings have been ruined because of mistakes that you have made? I try to be, and maybe like you've just caught me on a week where I'm not being very understanding. I don't know. I try to be an understanding person, but I
be compassionate, but it's really, really hard in these situations.
It is hard. It's hard. And did you see the thing about the venue?
God, no, I don't. We're on different sides of TikTok.
I'm on the side of TikTok so we can talk about it.
I'm on Rapture TikTok. I don't know if we can talk about that next.
I'm also on Rapture TikTok.
Listen, when it comes to Rapture TikTok, I went to Catholic school. And I remember when I was about 7 years old and the Catholic teachers were telling me what I need to do to get into heaven. And I looked at them and I said, you know what? I'm just going to accept my fate now. I can't do that. I know I'm going to hell.
Cannot do it.
So all of these evangelicalists that are preparing for the rapture, I am so happy for them. And
I think it was supposed to happen on Tuesday, right?
And we're still here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which means we're in the bad place.
We didn't make the cut. Oh, God. I know this is a dark episode. We need some humor for sure. I feel like I don't know. I'm taking it super seriously. I'm sorry if everybody is like offended by this. I don't know.
I think that any bride in this situation that is potentially listening to this podcast would agree with us because they don't want to work with that type of vendor either. They want to work with people like us that are passionate and a little bit unhinged and angry.
Yeah, and we also, I know that we have said this before, but this is another reason why your vendor referrals are a big deal, because if I give you a referral to someone, you know that I can trust them because I take that seriously. So just take that in mind.
I did recently recommend a vendor to a client that I knew that they could do a good job. I know they could execute this like a little bit complicated of a situation that we were requesting, having to work with another similar type vendor and just try not to get into it. They did not do what needed to be done. And it was a wedding that I had a lead coordinator and assistant coordinator because I had another wedding the same day. And the entire time, both of them are texting me about how badly this vendor is just screwing the pooch. And come to find out, they are going through a lot. I think they're going through a lot of issues with the relationship and transitioning into another stage in their life, but it's no excuse. And I just feel like because I recommended them and I should have. I'm now looking back at our emails and looking back at response times and looking back at everything. And I'm like, where were the red flags?
Do I know this person?
You can bleep them out. Right.
Mm.
Because I do feel really bad.
I'll bleep it out. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say,
God, no. It was so unbearably bad.
you have to leave it at the door. You have to leave it in your hardest days. You have got to show up for your clients on their best day. I know that that might be a frowned upon opinion, but you've got to just leave it at the door and then get in your car and cry.
Yeah.
All the way home. But you cannot bring them down with you, you know?
I mean, I had to work a wedding where it was at this venue and I was a sales rep for this venue for like 3 months. And in my previous position, I had weddings at this venue. So I was contracted to be the planner for these specific brides at this venue. I was working as their sales rep. I got fired. And then I still had to go and work these weddings. Like a week after. I think I got fired on a Thursday and the wedding was like on a Saturday or something. I can't remember the specifics, but it was rough.
Yeah.
And I was fat.
Take it from me. That just brings you down.
It was just really unfortunate, but I know that's not like a really, it's not a super extreme example. You can obviously imagine what would be a more difficult situation to be working a wedding, but it's rough out here.
Yeah, it can be.
What other key points did we want to hit?
We've been talking for almost an hour.
Okay, cool.
I feel good. Okay, well, I hope this wasn't, I feel like our last 2 episodes have been very light and funny. So we were due for kind of like a deeper episode.
We got serious.
We got a little serious today, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it was worth it. Let us know what you guys think. I love Spotify comments.
Oh, I didn't even see people commenting on Spotify.
Yes, we have some Spotify comments and I love those. So if you are listening to this, leave me a Spotify comment because I love that.
You're here.
Don't forget to go join the Facebook group because it's really fun over there. I haven't really been active over there, but I need to get back in there now that I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you're feeling better as you're deep with the flu.
I am feeling better. Believe me, I thought I was almost dead on Monday.
Oh my God.
Okay, so for this episode, that's a wrap. And until next time.
I don't even know anymore. I'm just so angry at this point. I don't even have a good outro.
We love you.
Just here's my outro. Do better.
And the music starts now.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing